Apple spotlights services with TV, gaming and credit card offerings. Cupertino, California. Reuters. Apple Inc., with appearances by Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg, the world's second most valuable technology company, lifted the curtain on a television and movie subscription service called Apple TV Plus that will stream original television shows and movies. The star-studded lineup failed to excite investors, who sent Apple shares down 1.2%. The company's long-expected plunge into the streaming video war is years behind leaders Netflix Inc. and Amazon.com Incorporated. Apple left out key while the programming will come through a revamped television watching app for users of Apple's 1.4 billion gadgets worldwide, as well as owners of smart TVs and other devices. Apple is taking a different approach by offering paid channels from AT&T Inc.'s HBO, Lionsgate Entertainment Stars and CBS Core Showtime, alongside its own content. Its revamped app for subscribing to channels from others will come out in May, but Apple's own original shows will not arrive until autumn, with pricing not yet announced. Apple said Apple also introduced a credit card, a digital video game arcade, and added hundreds of magazines to its news app at an event at its Cupertino, California, headquarters. The launches come as Apple struggles with falling iPhone sales, which has prompted the company to turn more of its attention to services that provide regular subscription revenue. Hollywood celebrities helped debut the revamped television offering. Apple has commissioned Winfrey, who announced a global book club and 2 documentaries, said she was drawn to Apple in part by its reach there. Alongside its own iPhones, iPads, and iMacs, Apple will make the programming widely available through smart TVs and devices from Roku Inc. and others, departing from the past where it has tended to keep content exclusively on its own hardware. Privacy to the fore. Throughout the presentation, Apple executives stressed privacy protections for consumers as they shop and consume content. Apple, second only to Microsoft Corp in market value among tech giants, led off the event with an announcement that its free news app will now come in a paid subscription version, called Apple News Plus, which curates a range of news articles and will include 300 magazines including National Geographic, People, Popular Science, Billboard, and The New Yorker. Apple said it would. Apple then introduced a titanium, laser-etched Apple Card backed by Goldman Sachs Group Inc. and MasterCard Inc. that can track spending across devices and pay daily cash back on purchases. Cook said the company also introduced Apple Arcade, a game subscription service that will work on phones, tablets and desktop computers and include games from a range of developers. Apple said the gaming service will feature more than 100 exclusive titles from gaming partners such as Annapurna Interactive and that the service will arrive this autumn. As with its original content service, Apple did not say how much its gaming service will cost consumers. Crowded field. With its new media push, Apple joins a crowded field where Amazon.com's Prime Video and Netflix have spent heavily to capture viewer attention and dollars with award-winning series and films. Apple's primarily family-friendly content, likely to appeal to young audiences, also sets the stage for a rivalry with Walt Disney Co. The big tech war for viewers ignited a consolidation wave among traditional media companies preparing to join the fray. Disney, which revenue from Apple's services, which include the App Store, iCloud, and content businesses such as Apple Music, grew 24% to $37.1 billion in fiscal 2018. The segment account, reporting by Stephen Nellis in San Francisco, Lisa Richwine in Los Angeles and Kenneth Lee in New York. Writing by Nick Z.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.